So good afternoon. I'm just sitting at home with the lovely Rachel Gray, who has produced an incredible book. And I've had a couple of people here. We've had a bit of afternoon tea, and we were just having a bit of a look at Rachel's book, amazing photography. And the ladies that were here saying, oh my goodness, this is just what was missing, because it's recipes that you had as a kid. That be right?
Yes. All the childhood favourites, Australian classics. Nothing particularly new, but all those recipes that you really treasure and love.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is most of them came from my mum, who's in her 80s, and the book started out as a project to record her recipes and the recipes that we wanted to keep for her grandkids.
Yeah.
And so that's where it began, and it evolved from there.
So you said that a few people were saying, oh, I'd like to get a copy when you've transcribed all those or whatever, and then it led to producing a book.
Yes. So in the process of doing the recording the recipes for Mum, I also fell in love with baking, and I converted the recipes for the Thermomix, and then we went on and did the gluten-free and the vegan, and in the end we've got this cookbook called Bake and Enjoy.
And I'll tell you, it's spectacular. And Rachel's done all the photography as well. So just have a look. I mean, it's incredible. And as she said, at the bottom of each recipe, there are dietary variations. So there are vegan and gluten-free options there. Is it dairy-free as well? Or?
Yes, so the vegan ones are dairy-free.
Of course they are.
So in the book, there's about 80 recipes. And I would say tea time recipes, some sweet and some savoury. And with that, lots of the recipes also have variations. So for example, there might be a recipe for biscuits, the basic biscuits, but then I'll also give you lots of suggestions how you can make them different biscuits as well. So the recipe there. And as well as that, they've got both the Thermomix and conventional instructions, so you can make them both ways. And so here's basic recipe. We've got lots of variations that you can use, and we also have the gluten-free and vegan version as well.
I've got to find my favourite photo.
What have you picked out as your favourite?
I know, that one with all the slices on it.
Ah, yes.
That's a bit further on, isn't it?
Yes, and the slices there next.
I'll find it. So pretty. So there's an incredible number of really beautiful things to try. I can't find this picture. I've fallen in love with. I think it's so good.
It's interesting. I love hearing what people are going to make first from the book and what it
Look at this. So that's exactly what Rachel said. She's got a basic recipe, and that's how you can make all sorts of variations on the recipe. And it's called a dairy milk slice. And things that I'd never heard of growing up in the UK. Clinker slice, but I've been educated on that one now. A crunchy slice, a peppermint slice, a Snickers slice, fruit and nut slice, and a caramello slice. So absolutely incredible and really beautiful photography. So Rachel, you've just had this published.
Yes.
So how much is it?
It's $34.99.
Yeah, and where do people get a copy?
So they can head to my Facebook and Instagram, A Small Cup of Sugar, and they can purchase it via the link there. Otherwise, they can purchase it from the bookshops. So if they Google Bake and Enjoy, they'll find a list of the shops stocking it.
And we haven't had any alcohol, I can promise you. All right. Well, thank you so much for that. I'm going to really love using this book, and no doubt I'll be posting some photos.
I'd love to see them. So if you hashtag A Small Cup of Sugar, I'd love to see what you make.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you. This is where we, on a table that does